Today's lesson is going to be about classifying polygons, so let's get started. Okay, remember that a polygon is a closed figure, okay? So all the sides have to come together. It can't be wide open like maybe a less than or greater than sign. It's got to be totally closed. It must be made up of straight lines, so no curves. So totally straight lines, and they cannot have any crossover. I know that's not probably a mathematical term, but that's kind of what I call it. If you think about how a bow tie looks, it kind of crosses over in the middle, so that would not be a polygon. We name polygons by the number of sides that they have. And we can also classify a polygon as either convex or concave. Okay, so all of this up top here is actually something that I've already taught in my class, but it was a couple of months ago. So we're going to kind of bring it back here, and now we're going to talk about convex. If you extend out the sides of a convex shape, none of those sides will go inside the shape. Now let's draw, I don't know, on your paper, draw a rectangle or a square, something like that. What's happening here is we know it's convex because if I take this side and I extend it all the way out, or I take this side and I extend it all the way out, this side all the way out, and this side all the way out, you'll notice that those little ends never go inside the shape, so it's totally convex. You can also think about maybe a triangle. If you take a triangle and you extend out its sides, it never goes inside the shape, okay? That's convex. But then let's go over here to concave. I always think like it's caving in, so that's how I remember it. So for concave, if we draw maybe this shape, looks kind of like a V or a Star Trek symbol. I don't watch Star Trek, by the way. And then you extend out the sides. You'll notice that, look at this guy right here. As soon as I extend out this side, you see how it's going inside the shape right here. Okay, that is a big no-no right there. That makes it concave. That is a big no-no. What about, let's do like the letter L. It's a nice, easy thing to draw for most people. So the letter L here, you know, you're extending out your sides and you're like, ooh, it's looking real good right now. It's looking pretty convex. But then you get to here and you see that it comes inside the shape. So that makes it concave. It caves in a little bit. All right, so convex, concave, those are two words you're going to have to know now for this section. A couple more things that you need to know. Equilateral means it's a polygon that has all sides equal. That's what lateral is. And equiangular, you probably can guess, that means that all the angles are equal. Now, if both of these things happen, if the shape is both equilateral and equiangular, it's called a regular polygon. Okay? So we're going to talk a little bit about this. Let's think of something that looks equilateral. I don't know. Let's draw a triangle. We'll try to make it look like all the sides are the same. And let's try to draw a square here and just do the best that you can. Now, on your examples that you're going to do in my class, they're going to have markings on it to let you know that they're equilateral. And for instance, it might look like this. We'll do the same thing over here to this guy. So equilateral, all sides are the same. Well, let's think about what it'll look like if it's equiangular. So let's try to draw those same shapes. So the triangle and maybe the square. Of course, you'll have all kinds of shapes that they're going to give you today, but I'm just going to focus on these two for the drawings. If it's equiangular, they will mark their angles as all the same. Okay? So in this case, there's what that would look like. Now, if we combine equilateral with equiangular, we get something that's called a regular polygon. So if we were to redraw our square and our triangle, they would have a lot of markings on them because they're not only going to be equilateral and have these markings, they're also going to be equiangular. So they'll have the angle markings too. So in order for it to be regular, all angles have to be the same and all sides have to be the same. So look for those markings in these next couple of examples down here. It says classify the polygon as either convex or concave, then decide if it's regular, and it says to also explain your answer. So let's look at number 1. So first thing, is it convex or is it concave? And while I'm looking at this, I'm noticing this right here. See how that side, when I extend it, it comes inside the shape? So it caves in. So this would be concave. So that part is answered. But they also asked you another part. They said, is it regular? Right up here. Is it regular? Well, if it's regular, it's got to be equilateral and it's got to be equiangular. Look at this picture. I don't see any angles marked, okay? So no angles marked, because they said to explain, so you need to write this down. No angles marked, so it's not regular. No angles marked, so it is not regular. Okay? Let's look at number 2. Convex or concave? And if I go ahead and I extend out all my sides here, you should see that as we extend them out, at no point does a side go inside the shape. So because of that, this is going to be convex. And then there was also that second question. Is the polygon regular? Let's look at our shape here. All of the sides are marked congruent. They all have a little 1 mark on them. And all of our angles are marked with the same arc mark. They'll have 1 little arc mark. So all of our sides and all of our angles are congruent. So we'll say all sides, all angles, congruent. So this is regular. Notice that I explained because it said to explain your answer. Okay. I'm going to have you go ahead and complete number 3 for the next time you come into class, and also complete number 4. Now you can pause the video right here and just, bust them out real quick and get it done with, or you can wait until the end of the video and you can just go back and do all the ones I have you try on your own. But do have those done for class the next time I see you. All right, let's keep going. Let's go on to the next page here. The polygons below are equilateral. Well, let's talk about what that means. Equilateral means equal sides. So you're going to have to read the directions. I know that seems silly that I would say that, but many of you don't, and then you tell me you don't know what to do. Find the perimeter. So the perimeter means it's the distance around your shape. So in other words, you're going to add up your sides. The distance around your shape, so you're going to add up your sides. So let's look at number 1. You got to figure out how many sides are here because they don't have everything marked for you, right? So this must also be 3. This must also be 3 feet. This must also be 3 feet. This is 3 feet, and this is 3 feet. Okay? So you can do this a couple of different ways. So you can say the perimeter is 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. That seems, I don't know, silly. What if it had 100 sides? I would hope that you wouldn't add 3 100 times. So instead, you could just say there are 5, not 5 sides. Let's erase that right there. There are 6 sides, and they are 3 feet each. So our perimeter, either way you do it here, either way you do it, is 18, and don't forget your units, feet. It's 18 feet around. Okay? So you could do it this way, or you could do it that way. One way's quicker. Have number 2 done for me when you come into class. Number 2 is going to be on your own. So you can pause it now and work it out, or you could wait till the end of the video and just go back and do it with the other 2 problems. Let's move it down here to the next one. The polygons below are equiangular. So equiangular means equal angles. Notice I'm reading the directions so I know what to do. So let's look at number 5. Well, they're telling us all these angles are equal, right? Same, 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 same. Well, if all these angles are equal, then that must mean that 135 must be equal to 5x plus 25. The angles are equal. So now we're going to subtract 25 from both sides, and I'll get 110 equals 5x. And then once I divide both sides by 5, I'll get 22 equals x. And it said find the value of x. So we are all done with that one. So the angles are equal, so I set them equal to each other and solve. Have number 6 done for class for the next time I see you. And that concludes today's video. I hope you had an amazing time, just like I did. See you in class.